Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I'm excited, which I don't know whether I should be or shouldn't be because we'll get into it. But today we're moving to a different letter. We're on W, and we're doing Wet and Wild. I think I gotta go back another letter too, by the way. We'll get there though. So we're doing Wet and Wild, and I don't know how I feel about this. Now, with Wet and Wild, I own a good bit. I mean, I kind of own a good bit. Okay, I own both of their foundations, which I do like. Did I wear them today? Of course I didn't, because I do this all the time. No, today I wore CoverGirl. Yes, CoverGirl foundation and concealer, both. So I'm actually wearing the CoverGirl Outlast Full Coverage SPF 18 Extreme Wear 3-in-1 foundation. I think if I prepped better, it wouldn't be so bad, but it seems a little drying on my skin, to be just personally. I'm normal, I guess. I mean, I can be oily, I can be, dry, so I'm going with I'm just normal. But it does feel a little drying. It's a little bit light for my skin tone, but it's working fine. It's fine. Then for concealer, I am wearing the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I don't know if this is still available. I have the foundation in shade 817 Golden Natural, and I have this in L400 Classic Ivory. They're both kind of drying. I don't know what to say. Like, even this was, again, I could have prepped better. I feel this way every time I use this. I think the color of this, though, is so good. It is like the perfect peachy, like, to cover up, dark circles and stuff. I think that part of this is phenomenal. But it is a little drying. And I think that I saw somewhere where if you put in oil, but see, then I go, how does that mess with your sunscreen? So I'm kind of like, I don't know. But I do love the shade of this, personally. And I think that's why I've been really enjoying the Nude Stick, because it does have more of that peachy, but it's a little bit darker, where that's a little bit lighter. And I think I do like the little bit lighter better than the little bit darker, but I like this formula better. Okay, so then I just set my entire face with the Stay Matte by Rimmel. I was keeping it drugstore. So when it comes to Wet and Wild, what do I own? Well, the very first thing is the foundation. That's what I purchased. That's where all the hype was. The Photo Focus, blah, 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 blah. And I like them both. I like the Dewy and I like the original. I think the scent of the original is awful, but as far as how it performs and wears, it's wonderful. The next thing I would have purchased would have been I purchased a bronzer. And the bronzer that I purchased, hold on, I'm trying to find everything now. Right here it is the Color Icon bronzer in Sunset Striptease. I mean, to be fair, I like the bronzer. I like the color. It's a lighter color, but it's almost like the Armani, but lighter. Like the finish and everything is almost like the Armani, but the color is different. And I found that kind of fascinating, but boy am I stupid type of thing, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. It's like this is a touch darker, and this is lighter, obviously, but it also is just a tad bit more sheer. So to me, if you like this, you'll like this. And again, I have this in 100, so there is a shade lighter, so maybe the shade lighter would match this, or if this has a shade darker, maybe it would match this. I don't know, but this I'm tempted to go and find, because it's not that expensive anyway. But I really like this bronzer. And the funny thing is that this was given to my granddaughters, as you can see with nail polish, and I had to take it back. I mean, like, I had to take it back. Like, I'm not giving it back to them, which they're not happy about, because now I've got to replace this with another bronzer. No fear. Got plenty of them. But, yeah, because I had to take all their Wet n Wild so I could do this video, because I forgot I gave it all to them. So the only other things, now with that aside, the only other things that I purchased, because I'm a fool, And I'll be honest, I do like me my high end, okay? And when I do think of drugstore, ColourPop just comes to mind, and I just think that their formulas are so good. And even when they're bad, or they're not like good, they're still good for the price, right? So why would I pay Wet and Wild, CoverGirl, Revlon, all that brands prices when I can clearly get that? But I do understand not everybody gets ColourPop. Not everybody has accessibility to it and stuff. So the only other two things that I purchased from Wet n Wild were collabs because I'm a fool and I bought the whole thing. And I don't know if y'all remember it or not, but do we remember the Pac-Man? And I know I'm showing my age now. Okay, I know I am. But, y'all, I used to love Miss Pac-Man. That is like my all-time favorite game to play. Whether it had been on the Nintendo or my parents had the actual game, like the actual physical box, like big thing, whatever, arcade game. Yes, loved that game. Okay, so I bought it. I bought the Pac-Man in the big circle box with all the stuff. And I was going to use that, but here's the thing with Wet n Wild. Their packaging sucks. And that's the biggest thing with drugstore, is the quality. It's not always about the quality. The quality is there. It is the packaging. It breaks. So bad. So bad. So I bought it, and I still have the Pac-Man because I've never even used this. To be fair, it came with a like little ball things, almost like trying to do like the is it Da Vinci that has it? The balls, you know what I'm talking about, the little balls in there, and you switched around that. They had a blush and I think a bronzer like that and something else, but I never did use this because I just used that in the review. But these colors are pretty in here. I just never used it, and I need to, so I am going to use this before I give this back to the girls. However, they still have every other product, the lipsticks, all that stuff from the Pac-Man collection. Today, we are going to be doing the Melody and Grwm. Now, y'all know why I bought this, right? You can pretty much guess because, and you can pretty much guess that my kids have been into these, okay? Look at this packaging. It is adorable. We're not going to comment on how they take care of their stuff because, well, they don't, as you can clearly see here. Okay, they don't take care. Hence why they're not getting my good stuff. But to show you, like, this packaging is just broke to pieces, okay? So that's my one pick with this. But we're going to use both eyeshadow palettes in the look today, and we'll go through that in a minute. But I do want to point out that I did use this blush palette, and it's broke too. So, and you can see that they do, the girls actually like this a lot. I mean, they've got the wear and tear off of that even. So, I actually went in with this blush here and this highlighter for my cheek today with the bronzer that I just showed. And I will say, go Wet n Wild. I am impressed with the bronzer and the blush and highlighter. I do think, if I remember correctly, Wet n Wild has the Halo highlighter, correct? I do own one of them. I don't know where it's at, though. Again, the girls could have it. But I don't know why I didn't keep anything Wet n Wild other than the foundation. But here we are. But let's get started with the eye look. So I can talk about it to you. So the first shade we're going to go into is this like light pinky brown shade. It is quite powdery. Now do keep in mind that these are old. Oh yeah, I couldn't even tell you when those collections came out, to be fair. So we're looking probably 2020, 2019, because I haven't been able to order off of Volta's website for at least a year because whatever. They don't want me, they don't want my money apparently. So I can't shop online. I have to go in store, and well, I don't like to leave this corner. Well, I don't like to leave my house. I leave the corner, obviously. I have to do laundry and dishes and cook. Somewhat clean, But anyway, yeah. Okay. See what I'm saying? Now, granted, this shadow could be, it could supposed to be light, right? But when I looked at this, I thought it'd be a little more deeper into more of like a contour color almost. It is giving me something, but not a lot. And I thought, well, no big deal. One shadow, right? Let's continue on. So we shall. We're now going to go into this pink. I am using my rougher brushes. So it's not my tools. We're not even going to play that game, okay? Definitely not my tools. So, Wet n Wild. Where... And here's the thing. Because I want to take a step back and go, who is buying this collection? Really? It'd be kids. Hence why my children love, my grandchildren love these palettes. So I'm like, okay. You know, for them, I don't mind the pigment. I'm going to be honest. I don't mind it. I get it. I like it even. It gets them kind of into color. But it's not overpowering. It's not overbearing. It's just a kiss. And that's what I've noticed about these shades. It's just a kiss. And considering that this is probably for children, not 40-year-olds sitting in their bedroom doing their makeup, I can understand. You know what I mean? I get it. So I'm not mad at it. Would I suggest this, though, for someone else? No. Now, have I tried anything outside of these collab palettes? No. So maybe, you know, their collabs just aren't as good as their regular formula. That could be. I'm wearing the Tarte White Fake Awake in the waterline. We're taking that same pink shade I just used and running it under the lower lash line. And I've noticed, like, with the blending, it will blend away. I mean, you can build it up, but the moment you blend, it's gone. So you can definitely stamp the color in if you want to without fail, and it'll be fine. I will say that because it blends away so easily, it's not going to last very long on your eyes, to be honest. Like, this will fade through the day. It's the inevitable. It's not going to hang on. Especially if I am out in the heat, this is just gonna, I don't know what happens to it. I was gonna say melt down the face, but it don't go down the face. It somehow just disappears. I don't understand it sometimes. Makeup confuses me. It's like, where did it go? Okay? If you apply it to your cheek, right here, my blush, right? Where does it go? If I'm not touching nobody's shirt or jacket or my hand, where is this blush going? Why is it not here at the end of the day? Make it make sense to me, because I don't understand that. It's like Houdini. Where is it? But anyway, so it's not going to last on me. And again, I have not tried anything outside of these. Should I? Probably. Because in all honesty, I don't mind it. Like right now, even though it's not as pigmented as I want it to be, if you're just getting into makeup, which I kind of was a little bit, it would somewhat be intimidating to me, but not, once I applied it, it was like, oh, okay. I would be like, let's go. This is fun. This is colorful, but yet I don't have to be scared of it. So, you know, win-win for me, right? So I'm not mad at it at this point. Because I'm looking at it at a different way. But if you're experienced, if you're a makeup artist, would I say get these? No. No. And again, like, these probably aren't available anymore, but we're going to go into this palette now. The Grwm, I don't know. But we're going to take this purple here. And even the purple, watch. Like, there's some pigment, but not much. And you really, like, I'm really having to build this up. Luckily, there is no fallout. and I can tap it on, and I that's how I figured it out. Like, you're gonna tap and just blend a little bit, because if you blend too much, it's gonna be gone. Which again, for my granddaughters is wonderful, because I'm gonna be honest, they really dig their brush in and apply. Well, especially the youngest one. The older one is starting to come out of that a little bit, which is nice. But for her, she does. But it's easy for me to fix it, because when they're playing with these palettes, because all I gotta do is take any brush with nothing on it and blend, and she's like, where did it go? Magic. It comes great when you're with kids. But as an adult, I want to build this up to the pigment I want for the whole day and not have to worry about it. But I will say, it's still pretty. No, it's not giving me what I thought it was going to give me, but it is giving me enough. We're going back into that hot pink shade. And you can see the colors. Like, you can see that there's, colors. It's just not what it looks like in the pan, to be fair. But here's where Wet n Wild surprised me. We're going to go into the shade right here. I mean, can we see the shade? Oh, gosh. It does pick up a good bit. I tapped it off a little bit, and then I pushed. By doing it this way, I didn't get any fallout. However, I can definitely see where somebody could get a lot of fallout with this shade. Now, I've kind of seen that a lot of their metallics are like this, which is no big deal. If you do your eyes first, you can always clean it up. But if you spray it, use your finger, do what you gotta do. That works too. But I didn't get any fallout, so I'm not really that worried about it. So that's one little layer. We'll go in and just pick up just a little bit more. And we are just tapping. But look at that. I mean, it's got some shine to it. Like, I'm not mad at it. Now, I don't recall what the price point was for this, because I bought the collections, right? But I'm going to just assume they were probably like $9.99 to $12.99. Like, no more, no less, right? For these palettes, for 16 shades. Yeah. I don't think that's bad. And out of the 16, we got one shimmer. We have we got different formulas here. We got let me rephrase. We have mattes, we have shimmers, we have metallic, and then we have like the ones mattes with little shimmers in them. So we do have some variety in textures, but I would say it's like half and half. Like, half mattes, half metallics. And that's kind of like where I'm at, where I like to be, because the metallics is where these palettes win, in my opinion. Again, that is just my opinion to that. You may very well like their mattes because they're easy to manipulate, So it's just whatever you like. Now I'm going to take this shade right here, and we're going to put it on the inner corner. But the metallics, oh my, you all. I'm like, wow, you got some shine and sparkle and pigment, like the whole 9 yards with these metallics. I enjoyed them a lot. And it's funny because I really do like this highlighter a lot too. I like the blush and the bronzer too, don't get me wrong. But I really do like the highlighter, which would make sense as to why I'm really enjoying the metallics. So that dark purple that I put, the purple that I put in the outer corner, I'm now going to line the top lash line and bottom lash line with that same purple. And again, now I'm using a very dense, small brush with very little, and it still isn't giving me a lot of pigment. And I should have really used the black, to be fair, to see what that would give me, if it gave me pigment or not. But I forgot. And I wasn't really for sure if I was going to go with black mascara or brown, because I wasn't sure how the look was going to go. But it does give me some pigment, so. But again, for kids, and that's who I kind of see this being for, because my grandkids absolutely adore this and the Pac-Man one. Like, it makes sense. And it teaches them about makeup and all that. Now, was that the reason I bought it? No, I bought it for me. So was it a loss for me? Maybe a little. Like with the Pac-Man one, I would say no, because obviously that's sentimental too. So I'm attached a little bit. So no matter what, like, I was gonna love that. But yeah, because the pigment, but then the metallics kind of make up for that. So I don't know. But because I have grandchildren and younger children too, it didn't bother me at all. And I would say the Pac-Man one probably got more love than any of them, because, I mean, it had like a red, a blue, a purple, and an orange lipstick, I think, came with it. Came with nail polish. Like, that little kit came with a lot. And, I mean, my kids, and at the time, and my grandkids both wanted it. And I did use it for a little while just to get, my feelings for it and stuff. And I soon after realized, like, they can have it, because my makeup, aesthetics changed. And then, but I will say, I do remember using that Pac-Man palette, and it was definitely more vibrant and colorful. And it also had more mattes than it did metallics, but those mattes were a little bit more pigmented. And they blend fine, but it didn't blend away either. So that made it nice. But these, I don't know. And maybe that's the way these are supposed to be. But maybe I do need to pick up, a couple Wet n Wild shadow palettes and see what they are really like, We're going to use the Valentina mascara for the top lashes. Because I don't dislike it, and I can see if the pigment of their regular palettes, like if this is just the collab thing, is good, then maybe. If it's, they are a good brand. And I definitely do like their foundation. That I know. And I love the bronzer now. And again, I get it. My preference has changed. Because that bronzer, I do remember it. And the Armani is my favorite now, right? But prior to that, it was the Marc Jacobs. And the Marc Jacobs and the Armani are totally different. So, my preferences could have been one way when I was using that Wet n Wild, and now it's this way. And I'm loving it, type of thing, I feel like the Armani isn't going to be good for me, though. The 100, I think it'll be a little too dark in, say, the winter. Like, the dead of winter. It might be a little bit too much for me. Like, a little bit too unrealistic for you to look like that in the winter type of thing. Where the Wet n Wild would come in handy then. In the shade I have it in. And then just pick up the Armani. But I also feel like I may actually hit pan, because I use that bronzer all the time. And I was using my Marc Jacobs because I wanted to, I have a hair somewhere. I don't know, though, that foundation, now that I'm looking at the concealer and stuff, it is kind of melting into my skin. It still looks drying, though. But as I go through the day, I bet that's going to look more and more better now that I'm looking at it, because it is kind of like becoming one with my skin as I've sat here and did my makeup. And I didn't powder much because it was just felt so drying anyway, but I, had to set it to make sure. And I'm putting this on the bottom too. I've realized that it works well on top and bottom. The wand's a little bit too big for me technically for my bottom lashes, but I make it work. This has become one of my holy grail mascaras as of lately, which is crazy because I really didn't think I was going to find anything better than my Lash Clash and my Gucci, and yet here we are. I have top 3, and for different things I can't put them in order because I like them for different things, Alrighty, there we go. This is the look for Wet n Wild. I like it. Like, I don't not like it at all. I think it's very pretty. Oh, for lips, I threw one. Oh, a little sample. That's right. I threw on a. Then you wonder why my palettes break. Is it the brand's fault or is it mine? That's up for debate. I should have put a lip liner on though. But for lipstick, I am wearing, I think it's called Manic Cream. It's a little simple guy from Urban Decay. Look at this little baby. It looks like a little bullet. But it is so pretty, the color is. Like, look at that color. I thought I better not. I was like, I'm only using home port, and I thought y'all were just going to, be like, come on now. We need a new color. So, because I have wore that Tom Ford in the last, like, 2 or 3 videos. No. I've wore that Tom Ford in at least the last 3 or 4 videos. And that ain't like any. But I also think this kind of goes with the look. This lip. Because it's not like all the way vampy. It's like just right there in a way. I have a hair. I don't know. But like you can see the color. I don't know. I'm gonna pick up palettes, y'all. I know. Here's the thing. I could pick up palettes. We all know I'm no fool to spending money on silly stuff, right? But I know me, right? And even if the Wet n Wild palette's good, even if the CoverGirl palette's good, even if the Rimmel, no matter what I get, right? Even if it is good, we all know I'm not going to pick that palette when I'm just sitting down to do my makeup. It ain't going to happen. I am going to pick Natasha Denona, ColourPop, Glam Light, Pat McGrath, or probably Tarte. If I'm going to be honest, right? Like, if I'm just going to be honest. Like, those are the brands that I usually pick. And it's like, well, Marc Jacobs, but you can't get that no more. But I do pick that sometimes. Just because I really do love those palettes. There is a hair, you all. And I think it's like one of my heads of hair. And I must have put the mascara, like it must have been in my eyelashes, and then I put the mascara on it. Now it's like attached to the eyelash. That is so weird, but I cannot find it nowhere. Oh man, this is gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to get that out of there though, because it is gonna drive me crazy, because I can kinda see it, but I can't. I don't know. Alright, anyway. Maybe I should, though. I did say I should own one of every brand just to have. And I do own one of some things for sure, so. Maybe. We'll see. But let me know your thoughts on Wet n Wild. What is your favorite products? Like, what are the ones that stand out to you when somebody mentions Wet n Wild? I would say their foundation is what sticks out of my head, but I think that the bronzer, blush, and highlighter is what I'm loving. And I think the bronzer people talk about too, to be fair. Now with blush, I don't hear many. That's more Milani, to be fair. That I hear people talking about blushes. Yeah, so. But it is pretty. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped in some way. Let me know if it did. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday unless there's a new launch, which there is. You actually will see the new launch before you even see this video. So there is that. Because I think the new launch, yeah, it should come in today. So I'll put it up for Sunday. So you'll actually get a video for Sunday. And then this comes up on Monday. I'm pretty sure that's the way this is going to go. But I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.